O filme tem coisas que faz lembrar o It Follows.
Tem coisas que fazem lembrar o It Follows?
Yeah. Depois tu percebes quando vês o filme.
Ok, nice.
E, portanto foi fixe. O que é que foi fixe? A banda sonora, pá, está capaz.
Está competente?
Está competente.
Tá
Mas é aquele competente que não surpreende ninguém. Está ali a fazer o que tem que fazer e ponto final.
Está bem.
E pronto. É?
Então sim?
Mas é.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Bastercast number 5. Did you miss us? I know you did, because we missed you. And by the way, if you aren't subscribed yet, click the button down below, subscribe to the Creative Basterds, hit the notifications bell, go find us on Instagram, Facebook, and all around. You know where to find us. We don't need to tell you. I'm Antonio. I'm a film director, writer, and actor, and...
I'm Bruno. I'm a film composer and an audio engineer.
Well, at least that's what he says.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, well, we both gave ourselves these titles just for fun, and then it stuck. So people believe us, and we pretend really well. So there we go. And we're the Creative Basterds. And also go and check out the Audio Tales playlist. Let us know what you think. Let us know what kind of stories you'd like to hear as an audio tale or in an audio tale format. By the way, we do accept submissions. No, we don't. Actually, sir, shut up. Too early for that. All right, so we're going to kick this off.
By the way, we're going to relaunch the audio tales as well.
We're going to relaunch
during October.
Yep, that's right. What's going to happen in October.
Yeah.
So the Witches Month, it's going to be great. Looking forward to it. So don't miss out. Notifications bell, subscribe, everything, and the usual spiel. And now we're going to start with our topics. And I guess, you know what, I'm too tired for this. So you start and I'm going to take a snooze. But first, let's hear the bell. All right, here we go.
So let's talk about something that's very dear to me and to you. The 80s TV shows.
Oh, yeah.
Well, some of them at least. And,
oh, man, I need a box of tissues right now.
And not only talk about all the shows that we like, but actually talking a bit about good sequels, bad sequels, and good remakes and bad remakes, if that's the case of the show.
Can we also talk about stuff that we would like to see again?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I like you the way you think. All right, who's gonna start? You go ahead. You start.
Transformers.
All right.
I just loved that when I was a kid, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I liked the first movie.
Pretty good.
Really good sound.
Yeah. Sound design, you mean?
Sound design.
Wasn't it nominated? No, it wasn't.
I don't remember. Maybe it was for an Oscar. You mean?
Yeah.
Sound design and sound mixing, maybe. Yeah, but apart from that, the rest of the movies didn't mean anything to me. It's just the first one.
Yeah. I guess everybody agrees with you on that one. I mean, the story of the other ones was kind of sloppy. The first one really brought us into the universe, and so we're talking about the 80s movies, right? 80s TV shows.
Yes, the 80s TV shows.
We obviously watched the cartoons, the Transformers cartoons. They were amazing.
Yeah, they were.
And the voice acting was really good. One thing that I liked about the movie was they brought back Optimus Prime, the original voice, which was really, really cool.
I don't know if everyone agrees with me on that one, because I don't know. It's the 7th Transformers right now.
The movie?
One? Yeah, they're going. I don't know how many movies. 6, 7.
Oh man!
And I'm not counting Dumbledore.
Dumbledore? Wow! A Transformer
Bumblebee
that turns into Dumbledore. Hey, good luck to you.
I would pay to see that. but I'm not counting.
That is so stupid.
I'm not counting Bumblebee. And I think there are 6 movies or something like that.
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah, I think a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
Not me, the first one.
Yeah. I'm curious who yeah, well, maybe it's bringing back new, not bringing back, but maybe it's bringing in new fans, because the old fans, I don't think they would agree that all the movies are great. The first one was great, though, yeah. But I'd love to see a new movie, a spin-off with Dumbledore as the main Transformer. Jesus.
Okay, so you.
Off to a good start, we are. Okay, so just refresh my memory. Are we focusing on what? TV shows from the 80s that got remade or had sequels that weren't good? Is that it?
Not only. For me, what 80s TV shows did you really like, and if they have good or bad sequels or good or bad remakes.
All right, gotcha. Okay, so
what would you like to see?
The first one that usually comes to mind and that I would love to I would love to rewatch, and I know that they made a remake, is MacGyver.
Oh,
yeah. So, we should start bringing topics that we like to talk about into this one. But anyway, let's talk about the old MacGyver. Man, it was just a great experience for everybody out there listening who lived in the 80s. You know what I mean? It was always good to see that guy get jammed into these difficult situations, and then out of the blue, we have a saying here in Portugal, we say that from a bubble gum he could make a bomb.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool seeing him get out of all those situations. But then they made a remake in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, and that was just what's the word? Horrible? Yeah, the word is horrible. The actors had no chemistry. The storylines were pretty much sucked. And I see that IMDb actually agrees with us on this one. It's 5.2 as it stands now, and I think it's 4.0 too high. But yeah, MacGyver,
and he's really different.
He's really different.
The other guy was a good, simple guy with lots of charisma, and this one is just a prick.
He's one of those kids that you would not want to be friends with if you were in high school.
It's nothing to do with MacGyver. So yeah.
So on to the next one.
Let me see here. Knight Rider.
Oh yeah,
with Michael Knight. It sucked. Not the first one, not the original one.
Oh,
but the remake.
You're talking about the remake.
But the remake, it just sucked. I don't know why.
Yeah, it sucked.
I've seen one. If you say so.
Yep, I'm pretty sure. Speaking from experience, that is the equivalent of sucking. No, I'm not going to finish the sentence.
But
steamy. And
oh no. The first one, we all know that, right? The whole story. I think it was first. He was called Michael Long or something like that, right? He wasn't Michael Knight the first time. Because his name changed.
In the series. In the original series, his name changed.
Yeah, I think it was Michael something, and then it turned out to be. He changed the name to Michael Knight because he died or something like that, right? For the world.
Oh, I see.
I don't remember that.
I remember that part.
Yeah.
It rings a bell. I cannot. I can't say for sure because it's been. Oh man, it's been 30 years.
Too long.
It's been a long time.
And all that kit and car. Duels,
the car duels. They had such a cool chemistry. Him and the car. But the new one.
Yeah, the new one. I only saw 1 or 2 episodes. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it was enough.
Yeah. Well, here's a, and you're right. He was Michael Long. He was also another character named. He also played another character named Garth Knight. I imagine it must have been like I can't remember this episode, but if I had to bet, I would bet on the idea that it was kind of a nemesis. Yeah, like nemesis,
like Car and Kit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there was a Garth Knight. All right. Oh, and these two shows actually, MacGyver, the new MacGyver and the new Michael Knight, introduced something that I think was harmful for the series, and I think that CW is actually doing a lot of this, which is teams. We've talked about this before.
Crossovers or
teams? No, just teams.
Teams within the show.
Yeah, teams within the show. So we've talked about this before. If you don't remember, just listen to the other podcasts. I think you're going to like what we have to say on this. But summing up, when you have loner heroes that suddenly grow a team, that just... I don't know. It defeats the purpose. It defeats the purpose of the lone hero. And Michael Knight was never a lone hero, for example. But MacGyver kind of was. He was always jammed in these situations
Pete,
pretty much alone.
But that was it.
Pete was the guy that.
But it wasn't always there.
No, he wasn't always there. And by the way, if you hear weird sounds coming from me, it's because my allergies kicked in. So apologies for that. And cover your ears. I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's really, really bad. But cover your ears when you can. Here we go.
Yeah, but that thing you were saying, it's really interesting because you see that in Arrow.
Yeah, Arrow.
He was a loner. They began the series taking many things from Batman.
Yeah.
And suddenly everyone in his family and surroundings and friends and whatever has super abilities, superpowers, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
it brings me that kind of hits on the topic that I want to discuss a little later.
Okay.
But we'll get to that.
Okay.
So yeah, we've talked a lot about Arrow and the shortcomings of Arrow. So if you want to listen to that, just go back to the other podcast and be sure that you are going to be you're going to be filled with a lot of trivia about the storytelling behind. Well, along within behind, yes, the storytelling of Arrow and how it kind of botched itself by introducing the concept of teams. So go back and listen to those. All right, I have another one that I remember, DuckTales.
Yeah.
I love DuckTales.
That's wonderful, yes.
Yeah, in the olden days when I was a boy in the countryside, whatever I was doing, I would just stop to watch DuckTales. Yeah. They usually came on Saturday morning, so there was not a lot I was doing, but I taped it when I finally got a VHS recorder. I taped it and I stopped I watched it and rewatched it so many times.
And the main theme
was always
amazing. And I think isn't there a new DuckTales?
Yes, there is. It debuted in 2017.
I've listened to the new theme and
it's not the same.
No, it just sucked. Sorry about that.
Okay, I don't know. I just remember feeling that the new one didn't have
the same energy.
It didn't have the same energy.
No.
And it's just the style of singing is different, and it's different to that point where it's kind of like listening to what's on the radio these days, and it's kind of like bland. Yeah. But anyway, one thing that I don't like about the new DuckTales is actually the design. I don't like this style of the
cartoon
drawing. Yeah, this style of cartoon, the drawing and the painting.
I didn't see it. Yeah,
you can see that it's computer generated and it's kind of too clean. I remember this is just me saying that I loved when cartoons were hand drawn. And you could see that they'd been hand drawn, even if they had little mistakes. You liked it. There was a lot of a lot of life behind that.
Just out of curiosity, did you play the DuckTales game?
Oh, I think I did.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I played that with my cousin lots of time, and it was just wonderful.
I know it was out there, but it was still an MS-DOS game, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So for those who don't know what MS-DOS is, oh man, I pity you, man. You clearly didn't live in 2 decades that were wonderful for those who like these kinds of shows. So what's your next show?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I remember. Listen, I had the comics. Do you know that they came out with comic books back then?
I don't remember.
They came in. Really? It was like in a newspaper format, kind of. It was like a big issue.
Okay.
And it was really, really cool. Really cool. Yeah. I learned. Well, I didn't learn to read. I already read by then. But I mean, I learned how to interpret stories because of that. My mother and I would sit together, and she would tell me to read aloud Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and she would ask me, "So what happened on this page, and what happened on that page?"
Oh, that's cool.
And it kind of, it was a good way. But anyway, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, great show back then.
Great show back then. Yes. Full of energy. It's again, that's a different thing between back then and now. All of those guys, the ninjas and MacGyver and stuff like that, everyone was essentially really good. And for kids, I think that's what's necessary. Not
as a role model.
As a role model, yes. And even the rat was really cool.
Yeah.
What was the name of the rat? The master. Splinter, yes. No,
I take offense.
Splinter, but
yes.
Yeah, and the name of the bad guy.
Shredder.
And
I take double offense. And his helpers were Rocksteady and Bebop.
That I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
One more question out of you, goddammit. And I'm out of here.
Yeah, but then they made a movie.
Oh yeah, I think it was
not one.
Three.
Yeah.
It was a trilogy.
I liked the first and the second one, I think. Not the third one as much. And I don't remember if I saw the third one. But not the remakes of today.
No, man.
I tried to see.
What were they thinking?
Yeah. That's,
hey, by the way, wasn't it Michael Bay? Michael Bay directed the first one. At least the first one.
He was involved. I don't know if he directed it. Maybe so. Yeah.
I think so because I remember that he had like a spout. He had like a problem with Fox, Megan Fox. That's why they changed her character to be the blonde girl. And
yeah,
then
you're right. You're right.
And she came back for the Ninja Turtles.
You're right.
I think that's the one. But yeah, anyway, I mean, just look at the turtles, man. You don't want to be friends with those little those hideous beasts, right? You don't want to be friends with that. And April O'Neil, she's not that. She's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle version of Lois Lane.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. Yeah, so yeah, it was a lost chance anyway. But I would have loved to see a revamp. Here's another problem.
But as a cartoon or live action?
Live action.
Okay.
I think we have the technology to make really good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because for those who don't know the cartoons, the 80s cartoons, go back and watch it. It's really, really fun. If you have kids, they're going to appreciate it as well. So let your kids watch that. And when they made the movies, they were real. They were actual actors inside turtle costumes. And we actually met one. We met one of the actors when we went to the London Comic-Con. Yeah. Remember, it was the Japanese guy, the one that was also in Police Academy, the funny guy.
Ah, it was him?
Yeah, it was him. He was Leonardo. Yeah. And we met him. And, oh, man, good times.
Yeah.
Okay, so another show that since we're talking about cartoons, I'm going to go with Thundercats.
Thundercats, yes.
Man, Thundercats. By the way, again, when we were at the London Comic-Con, remember, I only had money to buy one thing, and I was like, oh man, this Batman belt or this Thundercats belt. The Batman belt. I went with the Batman because, it speaks to me more. Yeah. But the Thundercats belt was really cool. So Thundercats, really good show back then.
Yeah. Aren't they thinking on doing a remake or something?
They already did. I think, I don't know how many seasons, but it went from 2011 to 12.
They did?
Yeah, and I remember watching it a little bit. And the same problem as with DuckTales. My main problem is the voice acting was kind of bland, and the same I could say about the drawings and the paint.
Okay.
I mean, just the cartoons themselves, they're bland. Okay. They don't have that life behind them, I don't know. Maybe it's not just a problem. I'm not a designer. I'm not a graphic designer, so I don't know. And maybe if you are, maybe you can explain to me down in the comments below what is the main difference between today's cartoons and old style cartoons that were hand drawn. Because what I see now is just they're kind of lifeless. You know what I mean? I blame it on the fact that they're not hand drawn, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It's too clean. It's too hygienic. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember, here's another show from the 80s that I love, just to a parenthetical, Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, yes.
Just this adventurous kid that went on these adventures just with his friends, and it was really cool. And I remember thinking that the style of the drawing style was, you could see that it was hand drawn. You could see the mistakes sometimes, but it was funny. It was fun. It was full of life, and I think the same about Thundercats. So yeah. And by the way, the live action never got made, but somebody made it a long time ago when Troy.
The trailer.
Yeah, the trailer.
Yeah.
The fan-made trailer when Troy came out with Brad Pitt. They used moments of that to change him to Lion-O, and it was really cool. So I think a live action would be cool.
Yeah, but if it's well done, yes.
Yeah, if it's well done, yes.
Alf.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Really cool.
No remake, no sequel, not a spin-off, nothing. Right?
Nothing was made.
No,
right?
Nothing was made. But yeah, I love just love that show.
I actually started rewatching the whole series recently, like a few months ago, and yeah, it still holds up. It's still funny.
All the cat scenes.
Yes, the cat eating. Yeah, too bad they never. What do you think would happen to Alf today with the comedy the way it is?
If it would stick.
I mean, they had a lot of edgy jokes in there as well. I mean, it wasn't the edgiest show in town, obviously.
No, it wasn't the edgiest, but maybe not because of the cat scenes. Maybe not.
Maybe? You think they would cut that out?
Well, some people would want it to be cut out.
Yeah, I'm sure. So here's another one, Beauty and the Beast, and no, I don't mean the live action. Sorry, excuse me. The one with Emma. I don't mean the live-action Disney remake with Emma Watson. Would you like a glass of water, sir? Yes, please. Be helpful for once, Englishman out of nowhere. Thank you. Coming right on. Oh. Hey. You were helpful, man. Cheers. It's actually cheers, sir, not cheers. Right? And that went the good vibes. Thank you for that. Okay, so yeah, the Beauty and the Beast, and no, not the remake. The TV series. It was actually remade. Remember the one with Linda Hamilton?
Yeah, I do.
And remember who played the Beast?
No.
All right. It was the same. I'll give you a hint. It was the same actor that played Hellboy.
The first Hellboy or the second one?
No, not the most recent one.
The
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman, yeah.
So Ron Perlman actually played the Beast in the TV series with Linda Hamilton, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
how cool is that?
Yeah, that's really
and then you get the new one. The new one that lasted from 2012 to 16. And the actress, you're going to know about this actress because you watched Smallville, Kristen Kroik.
I do remember that series.
All right,
yes.
she was the Beauty.
I've never seen it, yeah.
She was basically...
Oh, wait. Just a second. But wasn't that Beast not kind of a beast?
Yeah.
Just a little scar or something like that in the face.
2 for 2.
A really hunk guy type-ish.
3 for 3. All right, that's exactly what happened. And the Beast is not a beast at all. So just for curiosity's sake, if there may be some masochistic people out there, I might just want to know about this. I'm one of them. So IMDb, the synopsis says, a beautiful detective. She's a detective now. I thought Linda Hamilton was a reporter, but anyway, a beautiful detective falls in love with an ex-soldier who goes into hiding from the secret government organization that turned him into a mechanically charged beast. So, mechanically charged beast. Isn't it wonderful?
No, that's just changing too much.
Yeah.
Taking liberties, you know?
Yeah.
That's...
Man, look at the original
Fuck
show.
them all.
Fuck them all.
Fuck them all. The arse. With a Scottish accent, by the way. So it makes it hurt a little more.
Não sei se já ficaram.
Yeah, a beautiful detective. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's changing.
Filha da puta! Desculpem. Cabrões de merda!
Changing too much.
Yeah. That was a little Portuguese cuss words.
Yeah, Google it.
Yeah. So anyway, and obviously it has a 7.1 on IMDb, just because fuck it all. And 7.1. But then again, what does IMDb do?
The new one?
Yeah, the new one. 7.1.
Well, if it was Rotten Tomatoes, I would understand, but...
No, it's IMDb says it's good enough for 7.1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Well, maybe there's
With this
something
synopsis,
there.
would you?
No.
Okay. But then...
No, if it was a new show, if it hasn't...
Nothing to do with the old show.
Exactly. Maybe.
Yeah.
A big maybe.
Yeah.
But...
I would give it a chance.
Yeah.
But because it's just picking up old material and revamping it badly, why is the guy a hunk? Where is the pathos
nowadays?
there? Yeah, I mean, why for this show?
Yeah.
The Beauty and the Beast. The love. It tells you about how love surpasses these things. It surpasses all our notions about beauty. It's not just a visual thing. It goes beyond that. And what is this hunk going to tell you about that? Oh, I'm a hunk. You should love me even though I have a scar on my face. Well, I think that's kind of a. If I just look at you. Sideways, I just look at your profile from the right cheek, and that would be fine because your scar is on the other side, so you sleep on the right side of the bed. That's it. Whereas if you have the Ron Perlman Beast, there's no side of the bed that's gonna hide that shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, just watch the old one if you like this kind of stuff. All right, I was the one. So give me yours.
No, this next show I didn't like it, but I know that you enjoyed it really, very much so.
Very much so.
My Little Pony.
Oh, I loved My Little Pony.
I know.
I loved it. That's the wrong kind of Cockney accent, sir. I should say. Apologies. My apologies for interrupting again. Thank you, Englishman out of nowhere again.
I didn't like it because and there was a time that I hated when I was a kid because I wanted to see my cartoons, the cartoons that I loved, maybe Transformers or something like that, and they put it My Little Pony before. So I was, come on, when will this end? And
My Little Pony.
And what was that with the ponies with hair jobs and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's hairdos. Hair jobs is a whole different thing. You want to get into that? Yes, Jeffrey, I'm talking to you.
well, with hairdos, not for me. I think that was especially for girls. And nowadays, saying this is too much. I know.
Yeah, no, but it was. I mean, look, it's not too much. We're talking about distribution.
Yes, I know.
Distribution, the target audience was mostly female.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So that's why it was, and it was successful for a reason, because it was made to appeal to that target audience, and it worked. So what does that tell you? This shit has some sort of grounds to it. It's not just people making shit up. Anyway, even though I didn't like My Beautiful Pony, was it? What?
No, My Little Pony.
My Little Pony.
You know the name. You know the name.
I drew a blank there. I'm gonna keep that until I talk to my attorney. So My Little Pony, I didn't watch it. It wasn't something that I liked or followed. But it was like what was the Cuddly Bears?
Not.
It wasn't Cuddle Bears.
The bears
Cuddle Bears.
With hearts on
with the hearts on the chest. It was in the same region as My Little Pony. I didn't like it, but it was well made. I mean, for people who like that kind of show, I mean, it was good. It was good. Yeah. Now, we're kind of sticking with the cartoons, but hey, fine with me. Yeah. Denver the Last Dinosaur, one of my favorite cartoons of all time. Yeah. Man, it was so good.
And the tunes.
Denver, the last dinosaur.
Most of them had really good music.
Yeah.
Music,
Yeah, really good, really good. I mean, they really put their hearts into those things. Yeah. It was really cool. It was like every show. And we actually watched, I watched, I'm sure you did too, a lot of intros for these shows to prepare for this one. Yeah. Man, you could tell. I mean, you can tell that grown-ups doing those theme songs, it's gonna bomb. Some of those shows are, they're just gonna bomb, but the heart they put into it, right? Yeah. This cannot bomb, even though I know it's gonna. And some of those shows in the 80s, it's not gonna be a hit, but the themes were really cool. Good. And the Denver the Last Dinosaur is really, really good.
There's no remake or anything like that.
I don't think so. I didn't find anything to that effect. But it reminds me of Beauty and the Beast as well. It's kind of, Beauty and the Beast, the Linda Hamilton TV series, and Ron Perlman. It tells you how love can surpass. It can be a lot more than just a hunk and a hot chick. Yes. And the same with friendship here. I mean, it was just breaking barriers. You had all
with
these...
the dinosaur in the group.
With the dinosaur in the group that wanted to protect him. And the creative ways that the creative lengths they went to protect the fact that they had a friend dinosaur. I mean, it sounds really ridiculous when you say it out loud, but it worked.
And he played the guitar.
And he played a guitar. Yeah, they had a band. It was really cool, man. And the memorabilia and the merch was really good. All right. Okay, let's switch. Let's switch gears a little, and let's go into these. Okay, I'm gonna start talking about shows that this is a hard one. Shows that I would love to rewatch / watch anew, like a remake or a sequel. Yeah. In this case, I would go with a sequel. Oh, man, it hurts because this is one of my favorite shows of all time, and I can only imagine what kind of atrocities they would do if they were to remake this. But Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I love that show.
I know, I love that show, but I think it didn't age good.
No, it didn't age very well. No, it didn't. If you look, I actually watched the first couple of episodes again, and it did not age very well. But it was so cool.
It was so cool,
watch.
and all the armors and the weapons.
Oh man!
It was a really dark show, right?
It was. It was unusually dark because you think you're gonna. It's kind of like the experience of watching the first RoboCop movie. You think you're gonna go for this friendly kids show, and then you come out of it and you're like, "What the hell? This is a little darker than I expected." But that was good because it was like For those who don't know, it was set in a post-apocalyptic future where you had the ruling class, these idiot, narcissistic, manipulative organization, and then you had the rebels, and it was kind of like if you watch like Terminator Judgment Day, the first part of the movie, you get to see the post-apocalyptic future. That's the kind of setting, and it was really, really well made, man. I think it only lasted for one season.
Yes,
yeah,
I think so.
bad.
Yeah, I think so.
How would you feel about a remake?
I would be very curious to see, but again,
actually a sequel. Sorry, I would not want a remake. I would want a sequel.
Okay. So picking up where they left, or some years ago.
Yeah, years later.
Okay. I would be very curious to see, but again, nowadays with the things that are doing and slaughtering every movie and things that we loved back then.
Yeah.
I don't know if I wouldn't prefer. I mean, if it comes out, I would see the trailer.
I'll watch it,
and I'll watch it. But I will be thinking and prepared for the worst.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Look at what they do with Star Trek. Right, I can only imagine that's
with
the
Star
same
Trek
route.
Discovery,
yeah, Star Trek Discovery. I mean, I can only imagine they would do the same thing with Soldiers of the Future, with Captain Power and the Soldiers.
And the
of
Soldiers
the
was it was the name.
Yeah, Power On. Remember that?
The Power On. No.
He would put his fist on his chest and it would go Power On to transform into this. I don't know, biotech soldier, I would call it these days.
Really
good. And I had a thing for the actress that played Jennifer, the pilot. I still remember, man. There was an episode where she died, allegedly. And Jessica Steen, here's a shout out to you, and hope you get to listen to this podcast and subscribe. As all of you bastards out there, just subscribe, hit the notifications bell if you want more solid, really good, wholesome content is this one. Okay, you.
21 Jump Street.
Okay.
I've seen that all of the series back then. I really loved it. Actually, it was one of the things that I saw every time when I came from school, when it was available, right? And I really liked Johnny Depp in that one, for example. And it has nothing to do with the movies nowadays.
Yeah, no.
Maybe for nowadays, for the current time, maybe 21 Jump Street wouldn't stick. I don't know. And then perhaps because of that, they went with the comedic theme, you know. But I felt a bit sorry for that, you know.
For the missed opportunity.
Yeah, for the missed opportunity.
Yeah, the movie was so far from the original material. The comedy, it was just too full-blown comedy. I mean, it was just, and 21 Jump Street, sure, it had comedic moments. You had like
but it was more of a drama.
Yeah, it was more of a drama, and it had a little bit of crime there. It was also comedy, sure, yeah, but it was mostly about friendship, and it was good. And this one didn't have a lot of that. It was just guys having fun.
This was completely different.
Yeah, different.
I liked the first movie, but the second one not so much. But the first one I liked it, but I was seeing it as a completely different thing, not attached to the first one, 21 Jump Street, to the series. It was for me it was a completely different thing with Jonah Hill and
and the hunk, the other
and Hank, So 21 Jump Street.
It was a missed opportunity, though. I mean, man, I disagree. I think it would play out well if we had a new series of that. Because listen, all of this digital mass surveillance, I think it would play a role in the new 21 Jump Street. I think it would be cool. Maybe it could be a new way of looking at friendships. For example, are people you know on Facebook, people your Facebook friends, are they friends?
Okay,
you know what I mean? And then and then what happens with the whole social dynamic when you introduce mass surveillance and Facebook and whatever? How do you? And then these guys go into a high school to see to look into these crimes that are supposedly being committed, and they have to pretend that they are students. What do they have to do? How do they adapt?
Yeah.
to the new dynamic, the new social dynamic. I mean, it would be a good. I don't know. It'd be a good social commentary. I
I'll
think.
pay to see that.
Yeah,
as well.
You don't really pay to see that. If it's on TV, you already subscribe. So I don't know what you mean. But anyway, yeah, we're just brain checked out. Anyway, here's another one. I know you're gonna love this one. Tales from the Crypt.
Didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Advantage.
Wonderful.
Oh man, these were the days, man.
And the intro again. The intros.
Wasn't it Danny Elfman? Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on a loop.
I don't remember if it was Danny Elfman. It was Danny Elfman-ish, ish.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was him doing the.
But you were
going
to talk about the main theme.
No, the main theme, and not only the music, but the intro, all of the intros. That's one thing.
Yeah.
I miss shows that have good intros or intros at all.
Yeah.
For example, Game of Thrones, yes, it had, but other shows don't have anything.
Yeah.
So and I like a good intro on a show,
me too.
TV show, and in the movie.
We talked about this cold intros thing before, versus having a thematic intro.
Yeah.
I mean, Tales from the Crypt was amazing.
Yeah,
I would love. I think that this could actually be. I wouldn't call it a remake, but a revamp. But put it, do more series of that. Just
or a continuation. Like for example, and I'm going to pick another one, and we can talk about both of them.
Yeah.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
for
but
example.
Twilight Zone has a continuation.
Is a continuation?
Yeah, I mean it's not a remake. It's just a continuation.
Yeah. By the way, what do you think about that?
I haven't watched it. I don't even know if it's out already, but I haven't watched it. I've been watching other stuff. I have to say I'm kind of hesitant because of the cast they chose. I remember
Is it always the same cast?
No.
Okay.
I was browsing the cast of the new Twilight Zone series, and I have to be honest. I remember that the old ones they picked actors that nobody really heard of. I mean, once in a while you would have a known actor.
But the old ones, you're talking about the ones from the 80s or the ones from before?
Both.
Both. Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Because for some people, the ones from the 80s are not as good as the ones from the 50s, 60s. I don't remember. But and I tend to agree.
Mm-hmm.
But again, comparing to some stuff nowadays, I would very much prefer the ones from the 80s. I don't know how it's going to be the new Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Well, listen, John Cho, for example. I love John Cho. He's in the Twilight Zone. There's a lot of comedic actors here. Okay, so Thaisa Farmiga. I think Thaisa Farmiga was the main actress in The Nun.
Mm-hmm.
So The Nun being a really shitty movie in my opinion, I don't know. Then you have Kumail Nanjiani.
Okay.
Kumail Nanjiani. So another comedic actor. Then you have Chris Dowd, another comedic actor, and you have Adam Scott, another comedic actor. So I don't really know, man. I don't really know. I remember the days when you would watch one of these series like The Outer Limits as well.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing that I'd love to rewatch. But you saw these actors and actresses that weren't all that known, and
only sometimes you see, like William Shatner, for example, in the first ones. Yeah.
Occasionally you would have like a known actor, but for the most part, I don't know. There's a lot of, I don't know. I'm hesitant, but I will watch it. And if you guys watched it, just let me know in the comments below what you thought. Let us know. And maybe we'll get to watch a couple. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits, man. When I was living in London, I found this box set of The Outer Limits. It was like the first, I don't know how many. I think it was all seasons.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't remember.
But as a cheap bastard you didn't bought it.
I bought it. Of course I bought it.
Really?
I have it. It's in my place. You never saw it?
I know.
No, you have to go there.
Yeah.
That's me saying that I always come here instead of you going there.
Well, do you have the projector already?
No.
So, okay.
Okay.
End of conversation.
I see what you mean. you not friend. Okay, here's another one. I would love to see this one as a sequel.
As a sequel, okay.
As a sequel, Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh no, I don't know. I mean, I'm divided, because again, you remember the series, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if there was a movie or something like that. Maybe so.
I think there was a movie.
There was a movie.
Too,
Yeah.
I think it was still in the 80s. The movie.
Yeah, and I loved all of that, and the energy and the dancing and that
really good.
It in some ways it was raw.
Yeah, everybody's so dedicated.
Yeah, exactly. And nowadays, sorry about that, but I don't know if it would work, or maybe I think I wouldn't like it.
So, but here's my idea is I share your reserves, I share your fears. We obviously share the same fears. But imagine the following: imagine that you would go back and get the same cast. All right.
Wait, what?
Get the same cast,
but putting them doing the same things that they did.
No.
Ah, okay.
What happened to them?
No, yeah, that would
right?
be cool.
Who did they? What?
That would be cool. No, I was thinking about people in the with I
Oh,
don't know,
my
60
knee.
years old.
Oh, my poor back.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean,
what happened to them?
Yeah,
and,
maybe some became lawyers. Others became like.
Some of them died. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them died. Some of them became restaurateurs. I don't know.
Yeah, because that was during a really interesting time in
their lives.
In their lives.
Yeah, it was like teenage years.
And in the world as well.
Yeah, in the world. So what happened to them now?
Yeah.
And maybe imagine, it will be like, what do you have to do? I mean, these kids were really into what they're doing, right?
Shit, you caught me off guard with that one.
Yeah. I would have loved to see that. I mean, we all share I hope we all do, even you guys listening.
Yeah, but music-wise, do you know where I'm trying to...
Yeah, but wouldn't it be... this is what I mean. I'm talking about it. Obviously, when we want to see new things on these properties, new entries into these properties, into these worlds, we're talking about them being well made. And they would be well made, in my view, if they were to bring back some of the joy that it was to listen to the music back then. And maybe they could actually use this series to show how music was different then and now.
That would be a really good point.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then what do you have to do nowadays to become an artist versus what you had to do
back then, yeah.
And the social implications that these have.
Exactly.
Maybe these guys that used to be so into their dancing and singing and art, maybe what would they have to do nowadays with their current lifestyle to go back to their former passion?
Exactly, because and that's really interesting, because the series was called, in the movie it was called Fame, but it wasn't all about fame. It was all about talent and hard work.
Yeah, exactly.
And nowadays it's all about fame.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would be a really interesting take.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. That's what I mean.
So
I'll
go. Okay.
You're on board?
Yeah,
Let's do this?
Yeah.
Let's pitch. This is actually a pitch. So production companies listening, here's our pitch. We can do this. We can. Just, take a chance. Take a chance on us.
Yeah. So no singing,
No singing, no. So I forgot the rule. You have it right there on the wall. Should I print it in a larger font for you, sir? No, thank you.
No. Yes. Do it.
No,
please.
You're gonna waste money on that.
No.
All right.
I'll pay.
All right, dear. Whatever. So you.
Okay. So Miami Vice.
All right. I thought about that one.
I would like to see a new Miami Vice, but not with the same characters, because Don Johnson and I don't remember the name of the other actor. I really liked the series, the original ones. I didn't like the movie.
Not the movie. No, didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, no, the spirit wasn't there. I know it's a different time. I know all of that, and I liked the actors, and I liked the director, the director, but I didn't like the movie.
No,
maybe it's because it's called Miami Vice. Maybe it's because they're bringing those characters and that concept. Mm-hmm. Because if it was a different thing, it's an action movie.
It's a Michael Mann movie.
Michael Mann, yeah.
To be honest, it's not even a Michael Mann movie. I think you went a little overboard with the show, with the bling bling. It was a little too much for me. And the other actor is Philip Michael Thomas.
Exactly.
Right. So I would love to see that. But again, listen, we love these properties so much. Would you like to see a remake or a sequel?
No, a sequel.
A sequel, right?
A sequel, yes, a sequel.
So
a sequel.
A continuation of the
continuation,
series
yeah.
nowadays.
But come on, not their sons or daughters or whatever. No.
And no X-Files treatment, please.
No, exactly.
Einstein.
No
Einstein.
Nothing like that.
Nothing like that. Jesus, that was cringe. That was a fucking cringe series to watch, by the way.
But the only difference it was the movie or the series, I don't know, dealing with today's problems in that area in Miami.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, it was
with
it.
cool characters.
You remember? I remember this episode where Don Johnson's character had a crocodile in his boat.
I don't remember that.
Oh man, I remember that. Yeah,
I do remember the Ferrari. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, what great shows!
And again, the main theme.
The main theme, yeah.
Come on.
Definitely.
And Jan Hammer's Crockett theme. Oh, sorry about the no singing again. You don't know what I mean. Yeah.
If I had to tell you again, sir, I would use the megaphone.
So now you're in charge, okay?
Yeah. Dude, anyway.
He's your cousin, not mine.
It's not my cousin. I thought he was your cousin.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah. So, whose cousin are you, man? Where's he going? Where is he? Man, who are you in charge? Who's in charge here? Are we in charge of this place? Are you
I'm
in charge
not,
of this?
Apparently.
Jesus Christ, whose cousin is he? Hey,
we have to bring the other guy.
Margaret? Where's... Okay. Anyway, we'll deal with this later. Margaret, if you're listening, can you please check whose cousin that guy is? All right, so let me just get back into this because, yeah. Anyway, I love this show. I don't know if you watched this. Sledgehammer.
I did.
Trust me,
I
know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
man.
The intro was with lots of shots of a gun, right? Of his gun, something like that. Yeah, and the guy was hilarious.
David Rash. I'm gonna go with Rash because Rash.
We've seen him in lots of movies and TV series. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, he did the Burn After Reading with the Coen Brothers, and he did In the Loop. In the Loop, I think. Yeah, the movie was In the Loop. It was based on a TV series from the UK.
Yeah, no, I really like that guy.
Yeah, the guy is great. So Sledgehammer, I would love to see a sequel. What happened to Sledgehammer? Maybe he was discharged, and maybe he became a private investigator that has absolutely no work. Right? That was because it was a comedy show. It was a crime and slash comedy show. It was really, really good. IMDb classifies it as action comedy. Yeah, that's what it was. It was.
What's the rating?
8.2, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So the adventures of a deranged and dumb police detective who always looks for the most violent solution to any problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if this doesn't get you in the seat, I don't know what will. So anyway, Sledgehammer. That was
really cool.
Yours?
Let me see here, because He-Man.
Yeah, Masters of the Universe, picked up by Netflix.
What?
Yeah.
Also, what do you mean by that?
Okay, before you have your aneurysm there, just go ahead and tell me what you wanted to say.
No, I just want to say that I really liked it. That's why I picked it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can go on. Just tell me.
So, Masters of the Universe, 2021. Yeah. And as far as I know, it was picked up by Netflix. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm looking at the IMDb page. He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, goes against the evil Skeletor to save the planet Eternia and protect the secrets of Castle Grayskull. Expected March 5th, 2021. Netflix, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it doesn't say Netflix here, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and here's this kid playing He-Man.
What? I'm sorry?
Yeah.
A kid?
Yeah.
Why? A kid?
Well, it's not a...
Show me that.
Yeah, here's the check that machine.
But, wait. Is it a comic?
No.
What's that you're showing me?
I'm showing you the actor, man.
That has nothing to do with him, man.
But listen, you're obviously not a casting director. It doesn't mean that he's going to look like this. By the way, dude. Listen, he was blonde, but he had dark eyebrows. So this guy has dark eyebrows. He's got that going for him.
I know. But you've seen the TV series, right? The comic.
Course.
Yeah, okay, like me. And you've seen the Dolph Lundgren movie, right?
Of course, who didn't?
Yeah, okay, so does that guy looks anything like the He-Man that you know?
Well, like with the blonde wig and
age-wise.
It's not far off.
Really?
Age-wise. No, I mean...
But this guy looks like he's 18 years old.
No, he doesn't. Not 80. Yeah.
18 years old.
Geriatric E-man. I have the power of Grayskull.
I'm walking around.
I have the power.
Not pissing myself off.
I'm not
different.
being myself.
But okay, so it's a live action.
By the power of Grayskull, I am He-Man. Chris? Yes.
Okay.
They should do a take on that. Yeah.
Anybody got the Family Guy reference? No, just me and him. All right, moving on. No, yeah, but I think Netflix is the one picking it up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna look it up. Just tell me what you liked about the show as I look into the fact check machine. What? Come back to us.
No,
Stay away from the light.
That was a huge blow. But yeah, what I liked. I don't know. I was a kid, so maybe it was because of he was really strong, and I really liked the character of Skeletor, for example.
Yeah, Skeletor was pretty cool.
Coil, yeah. And I liked. I was going to say She-Man, but no, She-Ra.
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 Yes.
I really liked She-Ra as well, and the cat or tiger that turned into a bigger tiger, or
tiger. Yeah.
Something like, and the armor. I liked the adventures and stuff like that, and I even liked and I know this is wrong for so many people, but I even liked the movie with Dolph Lundgren.
Lundgren, yeah.
I liked the movie. Sorry about that.
Sorry about you apologizing for liking the movie.
Yeah, but I liked it. I liked the movie.
Yeah, well, I liked it too. Obviously, it's not a perfect movie, but I loved it, man. And do you know who played Skeletor?
Yes, I do. I don't remember the name, but I do.
Frank Langella.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know why he did it?
No.
Because
of
his kid. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he said, this is going to be fun. And he did a pretty good job, man.
I liked it.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job.
So,
yeah, well, anyway, Netflix is, apparently this is what I'm finding here. And this is the news that I got. Netflix picked it up. It's going to come out 2021. Hey, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. A lot of things are going to happen till then. I want to we need to film this. We need to start filming this because I need people to see your face when you get close to an aneurysm.
You know that I want things to work out.
Yeah, I know. That's what you said to your ex-wife, by the way. But
yeah. Which, the second one? The first one?
No, not the first one. Jesus.
The first one. Oh, come on.
Fuck that bitch.
Remember that beard? Remember the beard?
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a beaver up there and down there, so it's sometimes I didn't know where I was.
You know what Goonie Goo Goo is? No. A lot of people hopefully get the reference, the Eddie Murphy reference, when you had this bit about Aunt Bunny. He and his brothers thought that Aunt Bunny was a Bigfoot, and his father used to call his Aunt Bunny Bigfoot because she was married to his Uncle Gus, and his father would go, "She ain't no large woman, Gus. She's a Bigfoot." My children say, they woke up in the middle of the night because they're scared that the Aunt Bunny is coming to get them. She's not Puerto Rican, that's what he said. She's not Puerto Rican, she's a fucking Bigfoot. You know, she only says one word, Goonie Goo Goo. I went to my Puerto Rican friend and I said, "Hey, Hernandez, what does Goonie Goo Goo mean? Get the fuck out of here. Goonie Goo Goo is not Puerto Rican." Oh man, anyway.
I have to see that.
Yeah, so was that... Wait, we went way off track here, but... coming back
He-Man.
He-Man, yeah. So 2021, looking forward to your heart attack.
Shit.
I'll be there with paddles. Clear! Just for fun, not that you're having a heart attack, just for fun.
I don't know if... great. Thank you very much. I don't know if I'm going to have Netflix by then, because I'm getting a bit tired of some of the programming.
Yeah.
I really like Netflix. I really do, but...
it's going the way of CW, again CW.
Yeah, let's not do that, Netflix, please.
Remember what made you rich.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what it is.
By
You
the
were
way,
always edgy. You were kind of like HBO, but went a little further. Keep doing that.
Yeah. And we're going to pitch something to you very soon. So
Netflix, pay attention.
Yeah.
We're right here.
We love you, Netflix.
We love you. Yeah, that was a little too far. You did that in our last pitch meeting, and that's why you didn't get the contract. By the way, the guy was 80 years old. How could you? Poor man. Anyway, here's a good one you're going to love. Mission Impossible.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, the original series is from the 60s, but there was a actually a revamp
But no, it was
in the 80s.
Almost all of the... Well, some of the actors were the same. Martin Landau, for example, right?
Weren't they all? I thought it was all.
I don't remember, but I know that some of them were the same.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a great series. And I think this is one of those that I wouldn't call it a remake, but I would introduce new characters, obviously, new actors, yes, but well made. We're just assuming that these things are not gonna, patronize people, and these things are not gonna pander to the current trend of everybody's a champion and everybody is no. Just go back to the espionage, to real espionage.
Yeah, exactly.
With a little fantasy, sure, but real espionage. That's what these shows were. The Mission Impossible shows were about. Now I'd love to see that again, man. Real espionage.
So nothing like the movies nowadays.
No, nothing like the movies. These aren't Mission Impossibles.
We're not talking about the first one.
No,
I know that you love the first one.
I love the first one, man. Yeah, I love the first movie, the 1995 movie. I think it's 1995. Man, it was a great movie. Sure, it had its shortcomings, or it went a little too far with this and that, but these are so little in comparison to the script is so good. The characters are so good.
I didn't like the thing that they did with
Jim Phelps.
Yeah,
I know.
Not one bit.
Spoilers, 24 years later, if you haven't watched it, fuck you. I'm kidding. I love you. Please don't go. Spoilers, Jim Phelps is the bad guy. Yeah, I didn't like that because he was a beloved character. Sure, yes, that's one thing.
With decades of
decades, yeah, I know.
So that's too much.
That was a little too much. I agree. But barring that and the explosion in the subway, I think the movie is perfect. It's a great movie.
There was only one movie that I really hated.
Of Mission Impossible. Let me guess, number 2.
Yes,
of course.
I hated that movie.
It was a long
terrible
music video. It was just a long music.
It has nothing to do with all of the other ones.
Nope.
And the first one is on a different scale.
It just decided to blow the bridge between fans and the series.
And I enjoy seeing all of the Mission Impossible movies as action movies.
Flicks.
Action flicks. And because Tom Cruise is in there. Because if it was some of the newer guy that we see, I'm not going to mention names, but there are lots of action actors nowadays that they suck. They have no charisma or anything like that. So if it wasn't for Tom Cruise and some of the stunts and some of the stories.
No, listen, they're good action movies, but they are not.
Mission Impossible.
Actually, there is actually a school of thought. I'm going to call it that.
Okay.
That says that these are now Bond movies.
Yeah, that's
Mission
more
Impossible became Bond movies.
It reminds me of Bond movies.
Yeah, it does. Yes. So I think they're competing. These are two franchises that are competing for the same niche, and they don't have to.
No, Mission Impossible could have
the basics.
Yeah, their own niche.
Yeah. So what's your next one?
Captain Planet. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Captain Planet. Oh, sorry. I know. Oh, he's gone. Oh, okay.
Okay. What? The singing one. Do you remember that sketch? That was that's the name of the actor. Don Cheadle. Have you seen the video of Captain Planet played by Don Cheadle?
No, I haven't.
It's amazing. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, the first one, at least. Yeah, but so that's not a remake. That's just a parody. But apart from that, I would like to see something related.
Live action or cartoon?
That's the thing. Maybe live action. Yes, maybe live action. And there's a lot of things. Unfortunately, we still have to talk about environment.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see? Can you see that? That was almost 30 years ago.
Oh, you mean Captain Planet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the 80s.
So
It started in the 80s.
we are still talking about environment
Yeah.
in a bad way. I mean,
I know.
it's still a problem.
Well, listen, if you want to go down that route,
No, we don't need it.
hey, wait a minute. Okay, it started. Oh, I see the Don Cheadle thing. But the Captain Planet and the Planeteers started in 1990. So you are officially disqualified with your entry.
Yeah, okay.
But it was a great show. And again, parents, if you want your kids to watch some good quality, wholesome shows, this is a good one. This is a really good one. And this is one of those situations where I think Oprah did a really good voice work. She was Gaia. She was the voice.
She was Gaia.
Yeah. She was the voice of Gaia. Really cool. I don't know about the live action one. Maybe nowadays we have the technology. I mean, if they did the Silver Surfer, maybe nowadays Captain Planet would look cool. Not like the John Cheadle one that I'm looking at right now.
No, but it's hilarious.
I don't know. Yeah, but going back to the environment issue, yes, I'm just gonna say that I'm a big environmentalist, and I also am aware of how many lobbies play in this game, in this environmental game. So I'll leave it at that. And you do your own research, you listeners out there, and feel free to comment below and tell us what you think. Now, my next entry is something that I've never watched. I didn't even know this show existed.
Yeah, that's helpful.
That's going to be very helpful. But the reason why I include it in this list is because I didn't know it existed, and had I known, I would have definitely watched it. And it's called The Adventures of the Galaxy Rangers.
We saw the intro, right?
Right? I didn't. Maybe I came in a little later.
No.
I didn't watch that one.
I've never seen that.
So the plot is 4 elite Galaxy Rangers with unique abilities defend law and order among the space colonies and protect humanity from the evil Crown Empire.
Wow.
I mean, it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
That you have like human colonies spread out through the galaxy, and then you have to keep law and order in these colonies. I think it would be a really cool show, and I would have loved to see something like this. I think it would be a really cool in terms of not the theme, in terms of tone. It would be a really cool if they went like something between V and something a little more fantasy driven, like, I don't know, maybe Star Wars.
Okay.
If it was something between the two, I think it would be really cool.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
But anyway, if you knew that this show was on
I will
80s,
definitely see it.
Man, I would have watched this.
Yeah.
God damn, the 80s. Actually, 7.7 on IMDb, but then again, 7.1 for Michael Knight. So I don't know.
For Michael Knight, what?
The new one. It was 7.1. The Knight Rider.
Really?
Didn't I told you this before?
But
man, are you starting to, your aneurysm is making you forget shit?
No, it just slipped. Really? 7.1 for the new Michael Knight?
Let me. Oh no, 5.6. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm wrong.
I would never go to IMDb again. Come on.
No.
Stupid.
Oh, sorry. No. Anyway, okay. So the Adventures of the Galaxy Rangers. I would have watched that show. I never did, but I would love to see it remade, maybe today.
Okay.
Not give it the Star Trek Discovery treatment, of course. We've been over this, but just the V treatment would be cool.
What?
The first season?
The what? Okay, let me just stop you right there.
I only watched the...
Speaking of V, my dear friend...
I only watched the first episode.
Yeah, I don't care what you saw.
No!
You're not talking about that. You're talking about Battlestar.
Galactica.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm stopping you.
Not V. Battlestar Galactica.
Let me just breathe.
You know what? You breathe in, by the way, I didn't know you kept a knife there.
Always.
You just put it back. It's okay.
Why should I put it back?
We're all friends. We're all friends here. Margaret, we need the peace chimes, please. Thank you.
V, I even own the DVDs.
Yeah.
So I went to the trouble of buying it. You know, I enjoyed it very much. All of it in the 80s. There was I don't remember if it were the miniseries or the TV series that kind of bombed. I don't know, but I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say that I really liked all of it. The theme, the main music theme, it's for me, even nowadays, it's one of the best things
ever composed.
It's really, really simple, but I think they had three music themes. One of them I really hate because it's all joyful and shit like that.
Yeah,
and that's
who needs
not
joy?
Yeah, who needs joy? And that no. But the other two themes, one is orchestral and the other one is more themes-wise, and both of them are really, really wonderful. Okay. And they capture all of the essence of the TV series and the miniseries. Now, the remake. No. It's. I thought that it was a remake, and
it's actually
no. It's
a reboot.
That's the thing. I don't. Look. It begins as a remake because all of the people on Earth never saw an alien, right?
Right. Okay, so it's a reboot. Or a remake.
Yeah, but then I don't know if it's in the second season or something like that. They reintroduce a character called Diana. I think it was the main villain of the first TV series, and they introduced it as the mother of the female villain nowadays.
Okay. So,
yeah, maybe it's a remake, but it has some contact points because Diana was already here. She came here and she went away, so it's a bit confusing.
I follow.
And I didn't like the series. I really wanted to like the series. Do you know the female villain is Morena Baccarin? It's I don't know if you remember. It's the Deadpool, the wife of Deadpool.
Yeah.
She's a really I really
she did
like
a really
that.
good job in Deadpool.
She's Brazilian.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's really.
I have a cat on my lap. Never mind that.
That's a huge cat. But
thank you. I thought no one noticed. Oh man. Damn, these things go sideways really quick.
But yeah,
whose idea was it to put us two in a room together and expect us to be serious?
Well, and I think it was a missed opportunity. Yeah, because yeah. So
that's what we have to say about that.
I would like to see a remake, but a proper remake.
Yeah.
No, not a remake. A sequel.
Yeah.
A sequel, yes.
Yeah. I'm getting sick and I think we all are. If you love movies, you're getting sick and tired of remakes and reboots because it's only an excuse to introduce new actors that come on, they're only appealing to the eye if that's your thing, and then they really don't have what we talked about before, charisma. And honestly, they're not.
We cared about all of the characters.
Who cares about being attractive visually when you have little to bring to the story? And then the character. Just please find actors and actresses that honestly, this is where Beauty and the Beast, the Linda Hamilton series. This is where it comes to play. That character is all it matters. Character is what matters. When she meets the Beast for the first time, obviously she's scared and she wants to run away. But his character wins her over.
Yes,
and he has a beautiful mind and a beautiful spirit. I mean, it's just wonderful to watch that series. Yeah. By the way, I need to rewatch that. I'm not sure if it aged well, but I remember that the makeup was really good, man. The Beast's makeup was really good. Was it Rick Baker? I mean, it was Rick Baker-like. I need to check that. I'm going to check that later. Time willing. All right, here's a good. I wouldn't call it good, as in it's not good-natured, maybe, but it is an unexpected news. Otherwise, what would it be news, right? So semantics aside, Did you know that The Lost Boys are going to be made into a TV series? The Lost Boys, the Stephen King movie.
I'm out of here, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is how it's going to be?
Yeah. No, really?
Yeah. I read that it's going, this is why it's on my list. 2019, this year, we're expected to have a TV movie, actually. Well, not a TV series, but a TV movie. Yeah. I don't know.
But it's, it's for HBO.
I would like to tell you, but unfortunately, I don't know. Well, anyway, it's a TV adaptation of the 1987 vampire film, The Lost Boys. So, I just found this out. I didn't know what to make of it, and I just wanted to watch you cringe.
Everyone's going to be beautiful, pretty, handsome, and the drama is going to be like soap opera, and
yep,
that's what I'm going to expect.
If I had to guess, I would agree. But then again, we agree on too much.
Yeah, if it's not anything like that, I'll be really, really and extremely happy.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
So,
hey, by the way, we talked about Deadpool. Another actress that I really like and I discovered in Deadpool 2, Zazie Beetz.
Sorry, who?
She was Lady Luck, remember?
Lady Luck, yeah.
I'm not sure if that was the name of the character, though. But anyway, she was the one that had her superpower was luck, lucky. And I really like what she did in the movie. I actually checked her out after to see what she'd done. And she's in the Twilight Zone, the new Twilight Zone.
Okay.
She's in my view, she's a plus. She's a good point to have in that show. So I'll watch it out of curiosity to see what they did with her, because she has a lot of potential. I would love to see her in more things. So your turn.
My turn. Okay. Quantum Leap.
Man.
Yeah. I would like to see something related to Quantum Leap, because they did that and they didn't do anything else.
Related to it,
or not a movie. And
was there merchandise? Was there merchandise? Quantum Leap merchandise?
Maybe during that time. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Maybe nowadays there's some nostalgia merch or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But I really liked Scott Bakula.
I think it's Bakula.
Bakula.
Yeah, Bakula.
And I saw every single episode, and I would like to see something more of it. If it's done properly, yes, I would like to see something more.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember any other show that explored time travel like that one. Not even remotely. Yeah. The thing that you go into the body of someone else's body, or even him, or even his body. Yeah. At an younger age. I didn't see anything quite even like remote. Yeah. I would like to see.
I actually thought about this before as a time-traveling plot, maybe because I was influenced by Quantum Leap. But sometimes when we watch these things, when we watch these intros to old shows that we loved, we just discussed this before the show. We were saying, man, this makes me want to have a time machine and just go back to those days. Yeah. But I keep something that stayed in my mind was, if you go into your own timeline to be yourself, wouldn't you be yourself as a younger age? I mean, not to be yourself. Sorry. If you go back into your own,
you do the same thing.
Would you not incorporate your own body as it was then, or would you be? Do you know what I mean?
Okay. If you were to time travel
to your own timeline, in the past,
would not be there wouldn't be two of us, but
you would be yourself in the same time.
I would like to think like that, yes, because that would make things even more interesting.
But you would have the knowledge that you have now
with the body of back then.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be kind of weird to see a toddler read like I don't know, Isaac Asimov. Yeah, I'm reading Isaac Asimov. I don't know. This is how I spoke back then. Things have improved, hopefully. But yeah, I don't know. But Quantum Leap, man, I love those shows. Yeah, I love that show. And how many seasons? Like 8 seasons?
No, I don't think so. I don't want to be wrong.
But it was for a long time, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think that we have that perception, but unless there were few episodes by season, for each season. But I don't know if it reached 5 seasons or something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'm here at the fact check machine. Let me just check it out. It was 5 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 seasons. Yeah, from 1989 to 1993.
You remember the main theme, the
Yeah,
music?
I do, and I remember it is used. Some of those visuals are used in nowadays synthwave playlists.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've seen that.
cool.
Yeah, but the first theme from the first episode, it wasn't the same as the other ones. The first was more not that joyful, and it was more sci-fi action theme and toned down and all of that shit. But the other theme was really joyful, and it was almost like a. I hate to say this, but it didn't fit the series very well for me.
Okay.
I really liked the theme, and every time I listened to it, I went running to the living room to see it. But it wasn't a sci-fi movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Part of it was an adventure theme, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but I would love to see more of the Quantum Leap series. I would love to see what they would do with it.
Would you bring Scott Bakula?
I would love to, of course. Yes, like David Hasselhoff and the Knight Rider. Yeah. Oh man, we keep talking about this, man. Yeah, he was.
It hurts, you know.
Yeah, it hurts inside.
Yeah.
It's like a dagger to the heart.
Deep down.
Yeah. Deep down, we have to dig in deep to get the shards out. It's like being exposed to a grenade, to a hand grenade. Anyway, but I would bring Scott Bakula back, even if only for a cameo. But I would love it. Yeah, not just a cameo. It would have to be more prevalent.
Yeah.
So here's I have found a list of things that are coming.
You have to spoil everything, right?
Yeah, I try. So Conan the Barbarian.
What do you mean by Conan?
There's going to be a show that will focus on the books, and it follows Conan as he travels the world searching for his place within it.
Action? Live action?
Well, it's being co-created it's being created also by the co-creator of Colony and Michael Sapochnik, the director of Game of Thrones.
Okay, I liked Colony. It had some issues, but I really liked Colony.
Yeah,
and I like the actors, but all of them. Okay, do you know? I think that Schwarzenegger was trying was trying to do another movie.
I think so. Yeah.
With him, obviously.
With him reprising his role. Yeah.
And I would pay to see that. Yeah,
too,
if it's really well done. Yes.
If it's not the Jason Momoa Conan, I'll eat it up. His name is Conan. Man, when I listened to the trailer on the radio driving somewhere, and I just switched stations. Man, I was nope, not for me. Thank you.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, it's not. Nothing's happening. Everything's good.
Yeah.
So that was one. So anyway, you know what? Conan, if it's made with the same dedication that Game of Thrones was, I'll buy that. I'm not talking about the latter seasons, because I didn't watch the whole thing because I thought it was dropping in quality. But if it's done with that kind of passion, maybe, right?
And with the right actor.
Would they bring Basil Polidoris's
theme?
I
would certainly hope so, because it's Conan. Just as, I'm sorry, Hans, but just as Danny Elfman theme is for me, is the Batman theme.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Well, and Shirley Walker's.
Yeah, that's what. If they get a Shirley Walker level new theme. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, bring back a new theme. Bring a new theme. Okay.
We are talking about Fame, and I just remembered Hill Street Blues.
Dude, yeah.
The Raw.
Yeah.
In that.
That is the show. That is my go-to show example when I talk to people about how shitty these CSI things are.
Exactly. Everyone's great. Everyone's great. Not even one person has I don't know issues
They
or
don't have
faults,
issues.
and when they do, it's forced, you know.
Yeah, it's fake.
And Hill Street Blues, it was
such a good show, man.
It was gritty. It was.
It had circumstantial comedy.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Exactly.
These characters were so rich and so real, so palpable, that if you put those palpable, rich characters into opposing situations that oppose their character, you're going to have circumstantial comedy, whether you like it or not, because it's going to be there.
It's natural.
You see real people reacting to potential real situations, and it's like you say, it's so crude in a good way.
Yeah.
And this is what I usually say when people tell me, "Oh, so what's your problem with CSI?" I say, go to any fucking police station in the whole goddamn world, and if you find me a crew of good-looking people like you have in these CSI movies, then I'll take everything back.
Well,
And I'll take you out for dinner, and I'll buy your next car, because it's never going to happen.
Yeah,
and you go to any police station, and you'll find Hill Street Blues level people.
Yeah.
People who aren't necessarily good-looking, people who are real, people who have their own personal issues, and they bring them to their work.
Yeah, exactly. They look tired, and then it's real.
They're annoyed, they're angry, they have good days and bad days. You had one good-looking character, and that was the was it the AI? The IA, the Internal Affairs agent,
the woman?
The woman, was she in Internal Affairs?
I don't remember that.
Well, she was either a lawyer or she was in Internal Affairs, and she was the only good-looking character.
Yeah.
Everybody else was
And
not.
everyone-
It's not necessarily ugly. It's just ordinary people,
and
we
cared about all
people.
of them. Yeah, we really cared about
All of them, because
all of the characters.
it could be your next door neighbor. It was that kind of vibe. Everybody in that show was just ordinary people, and that's why they are beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have to be magazine cover beautiful to get asses in seats. Jesus.
Yeah, well, not my ass.
These crickets are really well timed. These
Okay.
crickets are really well timed, man. Good job.
Do you want to shoot one?
Yeah, Elf. You mentioned Elf, and I forgot that I had this little list here that says that they're actually in talks. Man, we have to start filming this because I love your faces. So basically, Elf aired for 4 seasons from 86 to 90, and it's now in early stages of development with Warner Brothers TV. So, it's not clear, the list says, whether or not a new series would follow the same alien or a different one. According to TV Line, Warner Brothers is searching for a writer for the reboot.
Reboot. That means it's going to begin
Again. First question.
So remaking, reboot is the same thing.
You know what? Is there a difference in the properties nowadays?
I think I don't care anymore.
I don't really care
Yeah.
anymore. So basically, my first question is this: why call it Elf?
Yeah, if it's
you're
not
looking-
the same. Elf was his name, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
No, it was. His name was Elf. He was from Planet Melmac.
Yeah, that I know, but Elf didn't stand for anything,
No,
right?
no, not
the
ALF.
alien life
Was
form, maybe.
Oh, maybe it was.
I don't know.
It kind of maybe we're wrong. It kind of rings a bell. Anyway,
But if Elf
they're
is his
looking-
name, it is.
Yeah, if they're looking for a TV show about an alien crashing a comedy family, I know it's been done before. I know the name of the show was Elf, but if you're not gonna make it with that level of really good comedy and family issues, and it was a really good comedy/drama. If you're not going to have those production values in place, why call it Elf?
Yeah, and please don't do it CGI, please.
Don't do it
not
CGI,
Elf, no, please.
No. Oh, by the way, we have new rules in this podcast. We are now timed, so we don't have a lot of time for more. But here's a few more for your delight. A few more entries for you.
For example, Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do,
really
and I
good.
loved it.
Angela Lansbury. Do you remember that?
Man, of course I do. She was timeless. But are you saying that we would like to see that?
No, for me that ended because
with her.
Because she, Murder, She Wrote. She is Angela Lansbury for me, and without her, no.
Yeah,
that's a no deal.
That's it.
But you were going to like this one, The A-Team.
Yeah,
because I know that you really loved the movie.
Man,
Yeah.
I was the first one in line to watch that piece of fuming shit. Man,
Yeah.
what a piece of shit movie.
Yeah, it was.
It was so bad it hurt. And
didn't
by the
like
way, it was. I love Liam Neeson.
Yes.
Okay, and I love.
Yo, the actors
the actors
are.
were
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
The actors, all the actors were good. Even the guy
All
that
of
played Murdoch.
Yeah, the South African.
Yeah, South African. Yes,
Yeah.
the guy that was in District 9.
Yes.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but anyway, so the actors were well chosen. But if you want to have this kind of buddy action flick, why call it A-Team just for nostalgia points when you're not going to do anything remotely close to what the A-Team stood for?
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
Oh man, it was so bad, so fucking bad. But anyway, would you like to see a new A-Team?
No.
Me neither. Leave it as it is. Create something new.
Actually, I would like to see something in. Well, maybe something new, but do you remember Blue Thunder?
No.
That helicopter.
Blue Thunder.
There was. It's not Airwolf. Airwolf.
Airwolf was
For me. It was a great show, but it didn't have the same thing as Blue Thunder had. There was actually a movie called Blue Thunder.
Really?
The helicopter, yes, and then a TV series, and I liked them.
So the first one was the movie.
I think it began with the movie,
okay.
and then it went over to the TV series, and it was.
But it was basically Blue Thunder. It was basically Airwolf. The same logic.
It had a chopper.
It had a get to the chopper. All right.
So, but I rather preferred Blue Thunder, and I would like to see something more or less like that. Another one.
Okay.
Automan.
Automan. Yeah, it aged actually better than I hoped.
Really?
Yeah, I rewatched the first episodes. I think it was like 2 years ago that I rewatched it. It aged a little better than other of the shows that are on our list here.
Okay.
But yeah, listen, I would actually like to see more of Automan. Something nowadays would be cool because again, if he could travel through electronics.
Electricity and electronics. I think,
Yeah. So what would he do today?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It would be cool to see what they would do with Automan today. But again, we were assuming that it would be well made and not filled with SJW crap. So not a lot of room in that one for that, I hope. Here's something that I just popped in my little fact chat machine here. Frasier, the comedy show, is actually being talked into production. Well, basically what happened is Kelsey Grammer told the Press Association last August, well, not this August, so 2018, that he was actually considering bringing back Frasier to television, but not sure how he wants to go about it. I thought the last 2 seasons were not that good, but this was one of my favorite comedy shows of all time, right up there with Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So Seinfeld, I think, never dropped in quality as much as Frasier. However, I would love to see Frasier come back with his original,
Okay. Would you like to see
Bigger.
Cheers again?
No.
It's not. It's because. I think like you, because I have the same opinion. Because I think that was a show for that time.
Yeah, it was.
It wouldn't work today.
Maybe it would work, but it would be just another show. I
don't know. I don't know if it would work.
No. I mean maybe somebody would be stupid enough to try.
Okay, but
Not work.
That doesn't mean that work. Yeah.
No, not work. I think it was gonna be. It would just be. There's something like Cheers has, you have to walk a thin line to make it, to make the empathy work with the audience.
Yeah.
What I mean is, you have to have like these characters that are so well fleshed out and they're so well acted that you get social commentary without being pandering.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's a very thin line. And being things as they are today, I think it would easily fall into the pandering mode. And, it would just be these issues that are not really big issues in the Western world, but they pretend that they are big issues in the Western world, and they would just use Cheers to bring them into the
yeah, not many things to worry about. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think these were real issues back then. Why? This brings back a common topic that we discuss here. Why bring back shows that were great instead of creating new shows. Make a new Cheers, but don't call it Cheers.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Why do you need the nostalgia points? If you need nostalgia points, maybe you're not dedicating yourself to the creation of the plot.
Yeah. Well, this one, well, they could do it would be interesting to see if they would do a sequel and not the Golden Girls, you know?
Well, I would love a sequel. Yeah,
with the same...
Maybe there could be a crossover with Tales from the Crypt. Maybe a special episode. Wouldn't you watch that?
I would
fucking watch that,
I would
man.
fucking watch it, yeah.
Man.
Well, I really liked that show, the Golden Girls.
Man, Golden Girls was
when I
great.
was a kid, you know. So
Again, you need a good cast.
yeah,
You need a good cast.
that was a wonderful cast.
Wasn't it, man? An
and the
all-female
lines.
cast. See, this is how you do all-female cast.
Yes.
This is how you do it. You create a material that is specific for that show, for that theme, for that plot.
It's well written.
It's well written. Really good comedy writers, by the way, and
Yeah.
really good comedy actors.
And all the
actresses.
time in the timing of when they drop every line, and the older woman.
Yeah, she was so good.
she's-
Oh, she was every single one of them. They
Yeah.
had different characters, and they were just so good. I mean, oh, man. Oh, man.
They didn't take themselves seriously.
No,
Serious.
because they're
Yeah.
supposed to be real women.
Yeah.
Real women have flaws.
Yeah.
Real men have flaws. Okay. That actually brings me to the a topic that I want to discuss maybe a little later on. Who knows? Let's see about the character flaws and limitations. We'll get into that a little later. But Golden Girls was really good, and it reminds me of. And then there's Maude.
Ah, yeah.
The same actress, man.
Exactly.
Really good actress. Damn, what was her name? I'm gonna look it up.
That was a really good TV show as well.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
and you
man,
know,
I missed that.
All in the Family.
All in the Family, yes,
Remember
yes,
All
yes.
in the Family
yes,
as
yes,
well?
yes.
Oh man, really good shows. Really good social commentary without taking yourself too seriously, and that that just makes the audience laugh with you. Just don't take it too seriously. Comedy is not supposed to be taken too seriously. It's supposed to be commentary.
That's
Social
a really
commentary.
hot topic.
B. Arthur.
Yeah.
And Betty White.
Betty White, yes.
Estelle Getty. Herb Edelman. Jesus, oh man, such a good cast. Anyway, Golden Girls would be really cool to see.
About
crossover.
comedy, that's a that's a really hot topic nowadays. And this week and in past week, because of the Chappelle Show.
Oh,
have you seen it?
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
I watched it.
I haven't watched it. Just snippets. I want to watch it from beginning.
Yeah, so you watch it and then we talk about it. Because
Okay.
It's
brilliant, right?
It's brilliant, for me, and apparently for lots of people. Thank God,
Yeah, this is a really good. Listen, I love it when people don't sell out,
Yeah,
and I
he
love
didn't.
it when people have the fortitude of knowing how to reach your audience and make them see what these current trends of social issues that aren't real issues. Where are they taking us?
Yeah,
And he's really good pointing that out.
you have to see it.
He had such great characters in the Chappelle Show. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it definitely. I haven't
And
because
then
I've been so busy. But
we talk about. So we're going to talk about that in another podcast. Okay.
yeah, another podcast.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. And I want to talk about a lot of things. One thing that I want to bring your attention to is how to create really good characters with their own faults, with their own virtues, and also about the plots and the worlds that are created for each movie and each property. When you are developing a story, are rules important? What do you guys think? Are rules important, and why? Or are rules really not important and you can just do whatever you want when you're creating a story because it's your story? Think about that, and we'll touch on this point on the next podcast, which, by the way, is not going to come next in 2 weeks. It's going to come next week, Thursday.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah, exactly. You're correct. We're going to increase the
amount of podcasts.
The amount of podcasts. It's going to be quite the gamble with us because we have to record every week.
Yeah.
But let's try it, and please, we need your support. So stay tuned and do all the things that Antonio talked about in the first minutes of the show.
What Bruno is trying to say in his lovely roundabout way is find us on Facebook, hit the notifications bell here on YouTube and other video platforms.
Find us on Instagram as well.
By the way, to the newcomers on Facebook, to the new fans, the new bastards, welcome, guys. Great to see you. Great to see how many people are following us there. Look us up and stay tuned for next week because we're going to hit on some hard-hitting topics about story development. You're not going to want to miss it, especially if you have that idea in the back of your mind that you want to create stories, write a book, write a screenplay, maybe pitch it to someone. Stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned.
It's going to be great. See you then.
See ya.
Hey, you bastard. Did you know we do a lot more than podcasts? What, you don't believe me? Check out these 2 videos. Still here, huh? Well, then I dare you to click that subscribe button. What are you, chicken? Do it! And hit that like button and the bell while you're at it. See you soon.